Here is Professor JVN, Professor Dr. R.K. Patni, Dean Faculty of Law and Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today we are going to discuss assault, battery and mayhem under the law of torts. And our discipline is law and governance. Assault and battery. In most jurisdictions, assault and battery is a crime committed when a person attempts to physically harm another person and acts in a way that causes the victim to fear that he will be harmed. While assault and battery were traditionally classified as two very distinct crimes, modern laws pair them together as one offense. To explore this concept, consider the following assault and battery. Definition of assault and battery. An unlawful physical attack or threat of violence on an individual with or without actual injury. A crime in which there is actual touching or violence along with the intent to cause a person harm and or fear. What is assault and battery? A primary factor in either crime, assault or battery, is having the intent to cause harm to another person. Modern laws pair the offences of assault and battery together as one, with the idea that making threats of violence, engaging in threatening behavior that causes the victim fear he will be harmed, and actually physically harming someone all show an intent to cause harm. According to historic criminal laws, assault and battery were two crimes that could possibly occur at the same time. Assault referred to any intentional act that causes another person to be fearful of immediate harm. This required the perpetrator to have the means or ability to carry out his threat, making the victim's fear valid, and no actual physical contact was required. Battery, on the other hand, referred to an intentional and offensive physical contact with a victim who had not given his consent to be touched. Merely touching someone without his consent could potentially be considered battery, even if force was not applied. Although assault and battery is now considered to be a single crime in most every jurisdiction, in the United States, the courts in many may charge a perpetrator with separate crimes of assault or battery if it wishes to do so. Some jurisdictions use different degrees to classify assault and battery cases. First degree assault and battery charges are the most severe, and it includes extreme bodily harm, usually with the use of a weapon. Some laws use the term aggravated assault and battery charges in place of first degree assault. Other ways to designate the various assault and battery charges include simple assault, no weapon is used and the injuries sustained by the victim are relatively minor. Simple assault is usually a misdemeanor. Aggravated assault, an assault committed with a weapon or an assault or threat of harm committed with the intent to commit a more serious crime such as rape. Assault against a person in a protected class such as an elderly person or a child. Aggravated assault is a felony. Sexual assault, a catch-all term referring to any act of a sexual nature perpetrated on a person without his or her consent. This may include such acts as sexual intercourse, sexual touching, or penetration by an object. Sexual assault also refers to forcing a person to touch the perpetrator in a sexual manner. Sexual assault is a crime of violence and is a felony. Assault with a deadly weapon. Physically, assault or violence committed by using or attempting to use a weapon or object that is capable of causing serious injury or death. Guns and knives are not the only things considered weapons, as just about any object could be used to cause serious harm, including such items as a golf club, a screwdriver or wrench, a pocket or kitchen knife, a rock, broken window, boot or car. Assault with a deadly weapon is a felony, no matter what type of weapon is used. Melanie walks into a bar with her friends for a girls' night out and sees her boyfriend dancing suggestively with another woman. Enraged, Melanie runs over, grabs the other woman by the hair and drags her to the ground, where they scuffle until Melanie's friends pull them apart. The police had already been called, and when they arrive a few minutes later, Melanie is arrested for simple assault. The crime Melanie committed is classified as a simple assault because she used no weapon and her victim received only a few bruises and minor scratches. Melanie has committed a misdemeanor. Sarah walks into a bar with her friends for a girls' night out and sees her boyfriend dancing suggestively with another woman. Enraged, Sarah runs over, screaming at her boyfriend and shows the women, who shows back. Sarah grabs the woman's hair and drags her halfway across the room, where the two start swinging fists at one another until the bouncer gets them separated. In her rage, Sarah did not even notice that the woman is pregnant, but this means she is in a protected class in most jurisdictions. When the police arrive, Sarah, who started the fight, is arrested and charged with aggravated assault. Sarah has committed a felony. Assault and battery punishment vary greatly depending on the laws of the jurisdiction and the circumstances surrounding the crime. Generally, assault and battery punishment range from fines and community service to imprisonment of 1 year or more, while first-time offences may receive more leniency. Repeat offenders often face stiffer penalties for similar crimes. Commonly, felony assault charges result in prison terms of 5 to 25 years. Misdemeanor assault and battery charges may result in probation, a fine, community service, or imprisonment in the county jail for up to 1 year. Grant versus Delhi. In 1955, 5-year-old Brian Daly pulled Ruth Grant's chair out from beneath her chest as she was sitting down. Ruth, who was an adult, fell and broke her hip. Ruth's family sued Little Brian for Ruth's injuries, claiming he had committed the act. Technically, battery intentionally, even though he did not intend to injure her. The court ruled in favor of Daly, claiming he did not intend to cause injury. Nevertheless, the court made a finding of pound 11,000, which was overturned on appeal. The 18th century crime of mayhem does not refer to simply misbehaving as it does in 21st century common speech. Under traditional/English law, mayhem is an assault whereby the injured person is deprived of a member proper for his defense in fight, example, an arm, leg, or front tooth. For instance, if Mike Tyson lost his front tooth, the man who knocked it out is guilty of mayhem. But the loss of a molar, ear, etc. was not considered mayhem under traditional English law because whose appendages were not used in fighting. So when Mike Tyson bit Alexander Holyfield's ear, he would not guilt of mayhem under traditional